What's up, guys? It's Wednesday, April 5th. Slop here, and it's time for some NBA player props. But before we do that, you might as well go ahead and subscribe to this channel and like this video. Maybe even throw me a comment because it helps me help you. And people helping people is good stuff. Everybody knows that. Before we get to today's bangers, why don't we talk a little bit about yesterday's bangers? We went 3-0 on this show. 3 of the greatest bets I've ever seen in my life, and they all played out just as we want them to. A little bit of sweat, but not too much. We had Giannis over 6.5 assists at even money. Didn't look great in the first quarter at all, but he ended the first quarter, I think, with 3 or 4 assists to kind of give us a little bit of hope to keep following, and sure enough, he came through. He actually had a triple-double, which would have been sweet if I would have had the balls to throw that out there, but I did not. So it is what it is. We'll take the $100. The next one was Svi Mikhailic over 15.5 points. I think he was nowhere near covering. I think midway through the third quarter, I think he only had 9 points or something like that, which was kind of scary. But in the fourth quarter, he caught fire a little bit, ended up getting us home just barely. Even for the people that had over 16.5, he got home. So we should all thank him for that. Finally, it was Skylar Mays going over 5.5 assists at plus 125, which was a nice plus money banger. Early on, it didn't look good. The guy was on fire. He couldn't miss. So when that happens, normally they don't pass, obviously. Like, I know I wouldn't. But he came through in the third quarter with us. I think he ended the third quarter with like 4 assists. So shout out to him for that. Thank you. We needed it, and we got it. For tonight, I kind of wanted to stay with just the Indiana Pacers New York Knicks game, but we're going to have to stray just because FanDuel doesn't want to give us lines. All right, so the first banger tonight is going to be Andrew Nembhard over 6.5 assists, plus 118 at FanDuel. This Pacers-Knicks game is perfect for the plus money bangers since it's a perfect mix of bad defense, up-tempo pace, and all kinds of injuries. So the books have really no great way to price this thing. Nembhard's assist looks very good, to be honest with you. Over the last 3 games, I think he's had 15 potential assists in each game. They don't always convert to real assists, but we need potential assists to get actual assists. That's just science, and he's getting those. This is a home game against a Knicks team that's going to be without Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson. So we've got a team that hasn't really defended well lately. Over the last 3 games, 67% of their opponents' field goals have come assisted. So they're ripe for dimes. 7 assists doesn't feel like a lot for this guy. I'll take it, especially at plus 118. Just feels right. Staying with this game, Quentin Grimes over 14.5 points, and that's even money at FanDuel. Here's the thing with this one. I put this in before Jalen Brunson was announced out. That's my bad. It's now up to 16.5, and I'm going to leave it up to you whether you want to take this thing, but I had to say it just because it is a bet that I have tonight. I think he goes over this. He's gone over 20 points in 4 of his last 6 games. I think he's going to take a ton of shots just like he has been recently. So he has a real shot at going over the 16.5. But I will say that if you are going to take the 16.5, why don't you wait until FanDuel comes out with 20 plus and just take that? I just feel like if he's going to get 17, why not get 20, right? Feels right to me. But also, too, if you want to pivot off of this, I think Emmanuel Quickly over 25.5 points. That's pretty much everywhere in the industry. I think that has a real shot at hitting. But again, if you're going to take that, wait till FanDuel comes out and maybe see what they're going to give you for a 30 plus, just because I think it's going to be an Emmanuel Quickly game. And finally, for the last banger, we're going to go to Atlanta for the Atlanta Hawks Washington Wizards game. Johnny Davis over 15.5 points, minus 106 at FanDuel. Look, Washington has quit on the season, obviously. Bradley Beal's out, Monty Morris is out, Porzingis is out, Kyle Kuzma's out, Avdija is out, Delon Wright is out. So I know they just played last night, but I think they're going to run this kid for as many minutes as he wants to play. He played 30-plus minutes last night, took 17 shots, got over 20. If you want, you can do 20 plus 230 at FanDuel. I'm going to take the safer route just because he does miss a lot of shots, but he takes a lot, and that's all we want for a guy that we take his point total over. In an up-tempo game, I really think that he could take anywhere between 15 and 20 shots. If that happens, I like his chances of scoring at least 16 points tonight. All right, so that's going to be it for tonight's bangers. The cards on the screen, those are my 3 moves. But here's the thing. There should be a ton of injury information coming out. I don't know that Jason Tatum's going to play, for instance, but they haven't announced that yet. That maybe then something opens up in that game. Follow me on Twitter. Anything that I play will be there, or on Pickett. My bets will just show up on that one. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow.